that's what they're looking for, though. I would follow company procedures and handle it, because you don't know what they are, but you would tell them that I would definitely handle it the way that the company would.
But generally, especially if you're in a phone situation, even face to face, the best thing to do is diffuse it by not just allowing the person to get it out. And I remember, I had this customer call me. He was upset. From the time I answered the phone, he was blasting us and just going. And I said absolutely nothing. And finally, he stopped and said, "Are you there?" I said, "Yes, sir. I was just waiting for you to finish. So now I can help you." Why try to, sir, let me help you, sir. Calm down.
Don't cut him off, because that's going to make it even more upset.
So he just went on and on. So he thought I wasn't there because I was absolutely silent. But once I got him to a place of silence, then I was able to help him.
It does work. And also, keep it in mind your loyalty to your company.
Right.
You may even feel some of the things that they're saying and agree with, but don't agree with them. That person on the phone. Don't say, "Oh yeah, you're right. They should have so and so and so." Well, let's see how we can help you move forward from here. But you definitely don't want to agree. I understand your frustration. That's one thing you can say. I understand your frustration. I'm going to try to help you the best I can. So
if I can't help you, I'll get you to someone who will.
That's right. That's right. You don't want when you're answering these questions and those that you like, those what are your strengths, what are your weaknesses? Tell me something about yourself. You don't want it to sound rehearsed, but you do want to rehearse it. You do want to be able to give a good answer. So when they take your time. You was expecting it. Good. You studied for it. You prepared for it. Very good on your part. But don't be so quick to get the, well, just jump right.
Make them think that you were thinking about it.
Right there. That you just came up with it. Okay.
But really and truly, I'm just counting to 5 on my head. Because I got the answer.
That's right. Let's see. What's the next one? Why did you leave your last job? That's another question they ask. Why did you leave your last job? What did you feel about your manager? How did you feel about your manager? And you might have thought they were the worst manager on earth. Didn't know how to do nothing. Made you mad and frustrated every day. But you gonna say that on the interview? Everything, stay positive regardless of the situation. You never refer to a major problem with management, and never speak ill of supervisors, co-workers, or the organization.
Okay, go ahead.
Stay positive.
Wait a minute, I'm writing this. Stay positive.
Regardless of the situation. Never refer to a major problem with management, and never speak ill of supervisors, co-workers, or the organization. Because if you do, you're going to be the one that's going to look bad ultimately. Right? Just keep smiling. Talk about leaving for a positive reason, such as opportunity. Okay. A chance to do something special, or other forward-looking reasons. You're looking to go back to school for this or that, and this job is more on that track.
Because in reality, there is no perfect job.
Right.
There's no perfect situation.
That's right.
I don't care how much you may love a job. There are going to be times that you hate it.
Mm-hmm.
There are going to be aspects about the job that you hate. So if you had all these problems on this last job, chances are you don't have this problem on this job.
Mm-hmm.
So you might not be the candidate that you're looking for.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. So be careful.
And kind of like with church, if it was a perfect job when you get there, it won't be.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. So just try to answer as positive as you can. Don't don't talk about because again, then they're gonna start thinking maybe it's you. It's you that has the problem. If you had a problem with everybody, supervisor wasn't no good, co-workers were lazy. They ain't want to do the job. They ain't want to do what they were supposed to do. Okay, maybe you the one with the problem. Maybe you the one with the issue. Can't get along. Co-workers didn't like me. Nobody liked me. I was always the loner on my job. I was always the one sitting by myself, and that's just fine with me because I don't have to be around nobody. I don't come to work to make friends anyway.
But I did all the work.
Really? Okay. Oh, all right. And we just gonna sit there and shake our heads and say, oh, okay. Right. All alone, we writing. Doesn't get along well with others. Right? And why do you want to work for this organization? That's the other one we'll get. That will come in. Your answer will, your research rather, will be helpful in getting your answer to that question. The research that you should do on the job before you go there to that interview, learn about the job, and so you can answer with, I'm really excited about the work that you all do here and how you help with whatever, or how I'm interested in what you find out what if it's something that they distribute or something that they do. I've always been interested in that, and I think I would like to be in this field of work. But you always want to be positive, and again, your research will help you in answering these questions. Are you a team player? You are most definitely. Every answer will be yes. Don't ever say no. Of course, I'm a team player. But make sure you have examples, be specific, show them how often you've performed in a group work setting, but also speak to your strengths of working alone. Yes, I'm a good team player. I love working with others. I love that we can combine our strengths.
Love collaboration.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that we can, put out the best product together as a team. Okay? If you're going for a management position, have you ever had to fire someone? Okay. How did you feel about that? Those are questions that you may
Oh, that goodness. First time I had to fire somebody, I was upset. And I felt bad about it. When I was talking to my boss about the way I felt, she said to me, "You are not firing him today. He fired himself. If he hadn't fired himself, you wouldn't have all of this evidence supporting him being fired." And so that helped me put it in a whole different perspective.
Absolutely. The answer on here for that says that, or that I have down is that this is that's a serious question. Don't make light of it, or in any way seem like you like firing people. Okay. So at the same time, you will do it when it's the right thing to do when it comes to the organization versus the individual, because you always want to show your loyalty to the company, you know, and you don't want to say, well, you know, I have this person on my team, and none of the other team members got along with them. There's always, you know, abusive, you know, either, you know, just maybe not so much physically, but harassment. You know, the women on the team felt a little harassed, you know, with this person with the different jokes and different side comments that they would say, but you never dealt with it.
Right, and that was with the documentation I had. It was all of the times that person had been written up and or counseled. So they were given every opportunity possible for change. And so you have to be able to show that I've done the coaching and development over a process of time. They refuse to change, so therefore the documentation support that.
Yes.
What if you never got the part? But you've done your part to try to rehabilitate or correct the situations before it got to a point of action front.
And that's good. Doing your documentation, making sure that you have, which most companies have it's a process.
Right.
You know, you can't just fire someone on the spot unless it's an at-will employee, and you know, it's a whole other situation. But when you have that documentation, because you know what, these days, you know what else we face? People suing. They will sue you in a minute. Wrongful termination. And they'll come up with all kinds of things. Well, I had a good review, and if I was such a bad employee, why did I get a good review? Well, your review was on your work, not on your, you know, not necessarily on your merit or your conduct. And most times it's all inclusive, but you know, when you have your documentation as to his conduct. You can back up why we needed to go this way. And the many times that, like you said, you've tried to send him to counseling, you tried to even talk to him and pull him aside yourself. You sent him to HR, because sometimes in HR they have those people that will conflict resolution. They'll handle different things for you on your behalf.
Even if it's not a formal like write-up, you may not be doing formal not violation, but a formal, you're just having a conversation because you observe this or this is brought to your attention. You still need to document the conversation that you have with that person. Because it's saying that I've addressed, this was brought to my attention, you know, A, B, or C came to me with this, and so I need to address this issue with you, and then you document it. Because that's showing that you as a manager or supervisor have done your part to address the issue with this person.
And try to rectify it without going to actual
termination.
And you said, well, you never fire anyone? Well, if you're a manager or supervisor, there is no perfect, I mean, you're not going to have a perfect team. So there's going to be somebody on that team that's challenged you enough, or that you've had to counsel, that you've had to do some type of step. Now, they may have made that correction, you know, and gotten better. So you didn't have to go to the actual termination. But there's going to be times where you had to at least address an issue with the person. So you just give that example. I didn't have to go exactly as far as terminating this person, but I did have an employee that I had to counsel, that I had to talk to, that I had to pull aside, that we had to, you know, whatever it is. Okay? You want to show that you can handle it and that you can take your personal feelings out of the situation. You know, because you may say, oh, man, he was a really good guy. I know man, his wife just had a baby, you know. I hate to let them go, because I know they home. I can imagine their home situation. Well, then your job, your boss is saying, well, what about my company?
Right.
He's a bad look for my company. And you feeling sorry for him? and he's doing all, no. So you have to, as a manager in a position, be loyal to the company and what's going to be a better, best fit for really all involved. Because if that person is someone that's annoying or that's bothering other team members, you know, that creates a hostile environment.
Right, because it's not fair to the rest of the team that nobody want to address this person because they may have an attitude problem and blow up and whatever. And so you just let it fester and grow. But now nobody is comfortable coming to work because you got this one, and then you, the manager, don't want to deal with it, afraid to deal with, address or whatever. It creates a problem all around. So you could have potentially other good employees walking because I just can't take him no more.
This one bad. Yes. Yes. Then you start seeing applications coming in for transfers. Why? Because they won't transfer out of this unit because
you won't deal with it.
So you're gonna lose good people over this one bad seed. Have you ever been asked to leave a position? If you haven't, just say no. But if you have, be honest and brief, and avoid saying negative things. Okay? Why should we hire you? Point out how your assets meet what the organization needs. Do not mention any other candidates to make a comparison. Now, you may have been waiting in a waiting room with a bunch of people that you know are up for the same position. You've seen them. You've heard them talking either on the phone because they didn't have the benefit of this seminar to know that you don't talk on the phone in the waiting room. But perhaps you heard them say a conversation. Perhaps you even know them and know that their work ethic is not as good as yours. You don't want to point that out to the interviewer. Okay? You just give your answer according to who you are. Your greatest strengths. It's another one we've already talked about. If you had a problem with a supervisor, biggest trap of all, please do not fall into that trap. Do not say anything negative about a former boss or organization. Not a good word. Let's see. And I had a video to show you, but my computer is not loud enough so you can't really hear it. But really all it was saying is just reiterating the things that we've already talked about, and that but it was just coming from some of the top interview people and some of one company. So just again letting you know that you need to be yourself, answer honestly, and give brief answers. You don't want to give the essay answer to these questions. You want it to be less than, obviously less than 5 minutes. Okay? Are there any other questions or comments? Other than that, good luck on your job search. Hope this has been helpful to you. Hope this opens your eyes to some things and maybe some things that you have thought of in the past as a bad thing that now you will know, like with your school. Put that back on there. Put that back on there. It shows initiative. It does. Finished or not. And a lot of times with that, like you said, they will put some college on there. Sometimes they'll say they'll give the year numbers. 12 is just high school. If you put 14, they know that you tried to pursue something else. You tried to better yourself. Okay? That's all my presentation. Thank you so much for listening.